Level 1. Demo account. You miss the tram in the subway station hall. The crowd moves around you toward the stairs. You stop beside the ad pillar and notice a glossy trading app flyer. The flyer shows a green chart rising across the front. A QR code sits where your thumb naturally lands. You pull the flyer from the plastic holder. Your cracked phone reflects the station lights while you scan the code. The app opens before the next tram announcement ends. Your real balance is $0. The app gives you a $10,000 demo balance immediately. You stare at the number longer than you planned. Then the app offers a practice trade with one green button already highlighted. You tap it. The demo trade closes in profit. A green animation flashes across the screen. You straighten your shoulders in the station hall as if you did something skillful. The flyer is still cheap paper in your hand, but the phone now makes you feel like you read the market. You fold the flyer once and walk into the convenience store near the station exit. You place a prepaid SIM card on the counter. You add an energy drink can beside it. The cashier scans both while your phone buzzes. You look down before leaving the store. The alert says your demo account is ready for the next trade. You open the energy drink on the sidewalk. You carry the can, the flyer, and the phone back to your narrow studio apartment. The app follows the trip with alerts. One arrives while you wait for the tram. Another arrives when you unlock your apartment door. Another arrives after you place a paper coffee cup beside the old laptop. You unwrap the prepaid SIM card on the small table. You set the glossy flyer next to the laptop. Then you sit on the edge of the bed and tap the demo account again. Another fake trade turns green. You smile before you notice your shoulders leaning toward the screen. You did not risk money, but the app gave you a win before it asked you to pay. By the end of the first day, the platform has spent $18 to acquire you. It has also sent 11 push alerts. You do not see those numbers inside the app. You see a green balance. You see motion. You see a button that feels familiar. Later, you carry the phone into the discount supermarket. You place discount noodles into a plastic basket. You reach toward fresh bread. Then you move your hand back to the noodles. The demo chart flashes green while you stand in the aisle. You tap the screen with one thumb. The basket hangs from your other hand. The app gives you fake profit in a place where your real budget is still tight. At the bus stop, you scan your bus pass and keep the phone open in your palm. A commuter steps around you. You keep watching the demo chart. Another alert arrives before the bus. You open the glossy promo flyer under the shelter light. The paper still looks cheap. The demo balance still looks large. You understand the money is not real. Then you tap again, because the win still feels like yours. Back home, you place the flyer beside the old laptop. You tap the demo account one more time before sleeping. The first level ends with no deposit, but the platform has already trained your hand to return. Level 2, first deposit. The deposit bonus postcard arrives by mail. It lands on the studio floor inside the doorway. You pick it up before taking off your jacket. The postcard uses the same green chart from the flyer. This time, the message asks for a real card. You place the postcard beside the old laptop. Then you open the app on your cracked phone. The demo account shows a large, fake gain. You tap the green gain screen twice. Then you stop on the deposit page. A bonus countdown sits above the deposit button. The app tells you the offer expires soon. You look at the time. You look at the debit card on the kitchen ledge. You know the countdown is pushing you. You pick up the card anyway. You place it on a bank envelope. The old flyer sits underneath both. A station flyer has become a deposit request. The next morning, you enter the ATM lobby before work. The lobby light is cold. You insert the debit card and check the balance. You choose the $500 transfer path. The bonus card makes the first deposit feel matched and urgent. You collect the ATM receipt from the slot. The paper curls while the app sends another reminder. You hold the receipt beside your phone. Then you walk into the bank branch with the transfer slip in your hand. You hand the slip to the bank teller. You keep the cracked phone face up on the counter. The teller checks the card. You watch the app. The deposit clears later that day. You read the first real balance inside the app. It shows $500 deposited. During the first week, the platform records $42 from your activity. That money comes from spread, routing, and trade friction. You do not see it first. You see the bonus graphic. You see the green button. You see the first real trade invitation. At lunch, you enter the food court. You place the cracked phone beside a cardboard meal tray. You stir instant coffee into a paper cup. The meal cools while you watch the position screen. You pick up the fork. Then a price alert appears. You put the fork down and open the app. The phone receives more attention than the meal. After work, you walk to the tram platform. You stamp the tram ticket and stand near the shelter edge. The app warns you about missed movement. You hold the ATM receipt between two fingers. The receipt should go into your wallet. Instead, you keep it flat against the phone case. Back home, you place the debit card beside the bank envelope. You leave the ATM receipt unfolded on the table. You open the bonus postcard again. You can see the pressure now. The demo gain made you feel ready. The countdown made waiting feel expensive. The deposit button turned the feeling into cash. You still tap the account tab before washing the paper cup. The platform has converted fake competence into a real balance. Level 3. First leveraged trade. The first deposit loses slowly. It does not crash in one dramatic move. It shrinks through small trades, spreads, and repeated returns to the app. After enough activity, the margin invitation appears. You enter a hotel conference room. A seminar host points at a screen full of enlarged charts. A printed margin form waits on your chair. You sit in the third row. You place the cracked phone beside a paper coffee cup. The host talks about position size. The app already knows you have been trading. The margin form makes borrowed money feel like access. It does not feel like debt in the room. You pick up the black ballpoint pen. You sign the printed margin form. You leave the pen uncapped across the signature line. The decision looks unfinished. The form is already signed. The account screen now shows $500 equity, controlling a $5,000 position. The platform charges $19 in overnight margin interest. It also captures $86 in trade costs. You read the position size before you read the cost. The larger number changes your posture. After the seminar, you enter an electronics resale store. You carry a second-hand monitor to the counter. You add a laptop stand and a wired mouse. The objects make the next trade feel less like a phone tap. The cashier wraps the monitor cable. You carry the box through the street with both arms tight around it. Later, you enter a budget co-working space. 3 traders sit at the shared table. One has 2 monitors and a cold coffee. One has a chart open beside a half-eaten sandwich. One keeps refreshing a position screen with the same tense hand movement you use. They look professional from the doorway. Then you see the same platform open on all 3 screens. You place your second-hand monitor on the shared table. You clip the laptop onto the stand. You plug in the wired mouse. You connect the power bank to the cracked phone. The setup becomes wider. The trade does not become safer. You know that for 1 second. Then the borrowed position fills the monitor. The same $500 now controls 10 times the size. You move the mouse like the bigger screen has made you more disciplined. A trader beside you mutters that leverage is only dangerous if you panic. You nod without looking away from the chart. The sentence sounds like a warning. You use it like permission. At night, you enter a pizza takeaway shop. You carry the pizza box back to the tram platform. The evening crowd moves around you. The app sends a margin alert. The pizza box rests against your arm. You shift it to one hand and check the chart with the other. The borrowed position has entered ordinary life. It travels with your food. It travels with your tram pass. It travels with the power bank cable. Back home, you leave the wired mouse plugged in. The black ballpoint pen remains uncapped on the signed form. The pen is small. The position is large. The platform has turned your need to feel serious into a borrowed trade. Level 4. Margin Call Recovery. The leveraged trade gaps down overnight. You wake to the cracked phone flashing red beside the monitor. The app shows the margin call first. The printed letter arrives later and makes it physical. You open it in a small apartment with packed boxes against the wall. You read the line showing a $1,200 margin deficit. You read the next line asking for an $800 required deposit. You read the liquidation note for the $5,400 position. Then you find the $37 interest and fee line near the bottom. You hold the paper still. Then you look at the watch box on the shelf. The second-hand monitor no longer makes the room look serious. It makes the loss look larger. You put the watch box into your backpack. You carry the margin call letter in your hand. The pawn shop is quiet when you enter. A pawn clerk opens the watch box. They turn the watch under the counter light. You keep one hand on the backpack strap. The clerk prints the pawn ticket. You take it and hold it beside the margin call letter. The watch has become account fuel. The loss has left the screen. It has entered your objects. You leave the pawn shop and walk to the ATM lobby. You insert the debit card. You put the cash envelope into your jacket pocket before stepping away. You collect the ATM receipt. The app sends another urgent alert while the receipt is still in your hand. You look at the deposit screen. You know what the app did. It did not ask you to sell anything. It created a deficit and let the city become a cash hunt. You stand in the ATM lobby with the envelope in your jacket. You could stop there. Then the app shows the account recovery button. You deposit because stopping now would make the pawn ticket feel final. That evening, you enter the laundromat. The laundry bag presses against the same jacket pocket that held the cash envelope. You pour a coin roll into the washer slot. The coins sound louder than usual. You keep the pawn ticket flat against the margin call letter on the folding table. You buy a ramen cup and carry it to the bus stop under the rain shelter. The bus pass is wet in your hand. The cracked phone glows red under the shelter light. You lift the ramen lid. Steam rises. Then you check the account again before eating. The trading loss has entered chores. It has entered laundry. It has entered dinner. It has entered the ride home. Back in the apartment, you place the pawn ticket beside the margin call letter. You put the cash envelope near the debit card. The old promo flyer still sits under the laptop. The platform did not chase the watch. It built the pressure that made you bring the watch yourself. Level 5. Leveraged whale. The recovery deposit works once. Then several larger trades work just enough to keep you inside the loop. Months later, the platform upgrades your account. A VIP access card arrives. You unlock a serviced apartment with the card on a lanyard. Camera lights stand near the window. An ultra-wide monitor box waits on the floor. You open the box and lift the monitor onto the table. You mount the cracked phone on a metal stand. The phone is still cracked. Now it sits like a control device beside a larger screen. The account shows $210,000 in equity. That equity controls $2,100,000 in notional exposure. Across the month, the platform collects $5,800 from your activity. The fee comes through spread, interest, data, and borrow charges. You notice the VIP badge before the fee line. You enter a private trading office. An assistant leads you to a private desk. You place the printed volume statement on the desk. You sign a data package form with a fountain pen. The form adds faster feeds and deeper market data. It also adds more ways to trade more often. You lift bottled water from a glass counter in the hotel business lounge. You place a room service tray beside the laptop. The tray stays close to the keyboard because the screen keeps pulling your hand back. The platform representative meets you in a restaurant meeting room. A reserved table card sits between you. You slide the card toward the representative. Then you place the printed volume statement beside it. The representative taps the volume line with one finger. They say, "At your size, you should not think like a small account anymore." You look at the VIP access card on your lanyard. They continue, The question is not whether you trade. The question is whether your tools match your volume. You know what the sentence is doing. It turns a dangerous habit into an identity upgrade. You still nod. The representative slides the data package form closer. They say, bigger accounts need better execution. You sign because the sentence makes fees sound like protection. The old pawn ticket is gone from the frame. The margin call is gone from the table, but leverage is still the engine. At the black car pickup zone, you hand the door tag to the driver. You sit in the back seat and open the trading app before the car moves. The VIP access card swings against your chest. The platform sends a message from a dedicated account contact. The message does not tell you to stop. It shows larger tools. Back in the service department, you place the printed volume statement beside the ultra-wide monitor. The statement makes the month look successful. The fee line shows another truth. The platform has found a richer version of the same tap. Level 6, Restricted Account. The account crosses the risk threshold after another month of heavy notional volume. A courier message arrives first. Then, a certified restriction letter waits at the pickup counter. You enter the courier pickup counter and sign the delivery pad with a banker pen. The clerk hands you the certified letter. You hold it flat against the counter before opening it. You read the frozen balance line. $38,000 is locked. You read the disputed fee line. $11,000 is under review. You read the risk note. The platform flagged $2,400,000 in monthly notional. Withdrawals are locked for 14 days. You place the letter back into the envelope. Then you carry it to the designer loft. The ultra-wide monitor is still on the desk. The VIP access card is still near the keyboard. The room once looked like access. Now it looks like a locked exit. You unplug the ultra-wide monitor. You coil the cable slowly. You remove the cracked phone from the metal stand. You drop the VIP access card into a sealed evidence pouch. Then you place the certified letter on top of it. The card once opened rooms. Now it sits under paper evidence. You enter the law office with the pouch in one hand. The disputed fee statement is in your other hand. A lawyer opens a folder on the table. You place the disputed fee statement inside it. You hand over the certified letter. You point to the frozen balance line. You point to the disputed fee line. You point to the 14-day withdrawal lock. The lawyer marks each line with a small tab. You leave a bottled water untouched on the side table. The platform contact keeps sending messages. You keep the cracked phone face down. Later, you enter the private banker office. You sign the withdrawal form with the banker pen. The banker checks the restriction letter. You hold the sealed evidence pouch flat on the desk. The VIP card is visible through the plastic. It looks smaller inside the pouch than it looked on the lanyard. You look at the card through the sealed plastic. The same card that opened private rooms now cannot open your own money. You press the pouch flat with both hands. For the first time, the platform looks less like access and more like custody. At the train station hall, you stamp a train ticket. You stand under the departure board. You do not tap the trading app. You hold the certified letter instead. The journey started with a glossy promo flyer. Now it ends with paper evidence. You place the certified letter on top of the VIP access card inside the pouch. You press the seal flat. If the app is free, find the bill.